EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Music City. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, and Nissan Stadium on the shores of the Cumberland River. We are about set for some football, and it's Joey Sly to kick things off. And off we go from Nashville. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. On the ground, former Notre Damer, Kyron Williams. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. A shotgun snap to Stafford. And this one is caught, but the momentum, that'll take him out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Could not get himself turned upfield.
Well, that was a nice looking grab. Really nice footwork there on the sideline to stay in bounds, but after all that, it's still not going to result in very much.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. A pickup of 15 in the air. 1st down, LA.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll go with Williams. And he does not want to go down. Somehow he turned that into a gain of 6.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
2nd down, it's Stafford. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
3rd and long. Here's Stafford. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. First carry for the man from Memphis, Tony Pollard. He'll bring this up to the 22. Cameron Curl up from his safety spot to make the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Again, it's Pollard. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. They'll try and run for the 1st down with Pollard. And this is going to be a Titans 1st down. He'll take it up to about the 33-yard line. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Now, a deep ball here for Ridley. That is brought in. And he's out of bounds, but all the way down at the 30-yard line. It's a big one for Tennessee. 55 yards on the game. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now he'll run.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Now, faking the give. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through.
That one, taken in. Traylon Burks. Touchdown, Tennessee.
And that was just a great drive. Really, from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass. But really, everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. Britton Covey now on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Rams offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. 1st and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. On 1st down, Stafford. Pass caught right side by Higbee. And out of bounds he goes, just shy of midfield. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
On the ground, this is Williams. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate. And that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Play action, Stafford. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Throw on third down, Stafford. Here's a screen set up to Williams. That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. And think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Off play action. It's Stafford. He'll find his tight end. That's Higbee. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
He'll find his tight end in the middle of the field. It's Higbee.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Throwing again is Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with first and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 2 now, here's second and goal. They'll try to run it with Williams. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Kyren Williams. Touchdown, L.A. Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Rams will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. The Titans offense about ready to get going on their second possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That caught Tony Pollard. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
On play action, and he is going to go down. They sack him to end the first quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of sevens on the scoreboard. And we're back in Music City after this. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. That's caught by Tyler Lockett. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Got a man, it's Lockett. He's going to have the 1st down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
1st and 10, and they give it to Pollard. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Catch made there by Burks. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
Lockett headed in motion. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Lockett outright. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page and the ball falls incomplete.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. Looking for room out on the edge. He's not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Joey Sly back out to kick this one away. For the return, here comes Britton Covey. Strong. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Throwing, Stafford. It's caught. It's the tight end, Higbee. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. The motion man is Nakua. Play action now for Stafford. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Atwell sent in motion here. A first down throw for Stafford. To the left side, and Adams has it. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
They'll fake the handoff now, Stafford. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Stafford to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
To the air again, Stafford. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down. And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. The return starts from the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Titans offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Here's 1st and 10. Lockett headed in motion. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Back to throw. That's to the left side, caught by Ridley. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. Lockett headed in motion. Off play action. He'll set up to throw.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now they'll set up to throw. This one complete to Ridley. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Titans. What a big play, a little unscripted there. Greg, that is what tight ends do so well. Hey, you lived it. What are you thinking when the quarterback's on the move out of the pocket?
Scramble drill is the most difficult play to defend down here in the red zone, Mike. It stresses the coverage so much. When you snap your head around of your designed route and you see your quarterback has gotten moved off his spot, now it's just scramble rules. Stay in phase. Work friendly in the same direction as the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open.
Following the touchdown, here's Slide to kick it away. To return, it's Kyron Williams. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Rams offense ready to see what they can do. They find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with 1st down and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. They'll go again with Williams. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a 1st down.
Stafford now to throw on 1st down. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Atwell sent in motion here. Now a second down throw for Stafford. He gets it into the hands of Atwell. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Throwing again is Stafford. A quick slant, and here's Adams. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Rams first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. And this one's going to be intercepted. It's L'Jarius Sneed. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Tennessee. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick six.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Rams offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. The Rams offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. Here's 2nd and 6. They go play action with Stafford. Unloads downfield looking for Nakua. And he will score. Puka Nakua. Touchdown, Rams. A beautiful combination in the air there, the pass downfield, and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Titans offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They do try to run it out as they start on the ground. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. So we have reached halftime with these two teams separated by a touchdown. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. The Titans offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Once again, right back to Lockett. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
To the air now on 1st and 10. This throw right side taken in by Ridley. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll look to throw yet again. He was seeking the veteran Tyler Lockett there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
He's got his tight end. That's a Conquo. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Complete Ridley on the reception. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
He'll look to throw. And he'll take it on in. Chig Okonkwo. Touchdown, Titans. Sly now for the point after. His kick is good. And the Titans will extend this third quarter lead. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Atwell sent in motion here. 2nd down, it's Stafford. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
You talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long, and as this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet, but I can promise you they're saying, next time, you got to come down with that one.
They'll try to run for it with Williams. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's got it. That's Burks. And he's going to have this one up near the 28.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. Cameron Curl up from his safety spot to make the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. They'll look to throw. He has Lockett over the middle. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Lockett headed in motion. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Back to the air one more time. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. That throw right on the money for the former Miami quarterback, and it's a first down.
In order for this play to be successful against man coverage, Mike, 2 things need to happen. 1, the quarterback has to anticipate the break. He has to get that ball out on time, and then the rest is the receiver creating the separation at the top. And when both are accomplished, you can see what the results are.
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Catch made there by Burks. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
There's 2 big key pieces the way you want to evaluate quarterbacks in the NFL, Mike, is the first one, how do they operate on 3rd down? But the second one, how do they throw the ball when it's not a clean pocket? And you saw here, the ability to be on time and accurate through contact, that's what separates the good ones from the rest, and that was a big-time throw right there.
And they're going to have enough to convert here, and it sets up 1st and goal.
3rd and inches, you see a lot of teams try to take a shot. Why, Mike? Because they know on 4th and inches, they still have a chance to convert the first down. The shot wasn't there, but they're still able to pick up a nice gain and convert and bring up first down.
They'll run here. It's Pollard. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. That one is caught beyond the pylon. Tyler Lockett, touchdown Tennessee. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Slide to kick it away. On the return, it's Williams. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Throwing, Stafford. Right side, complete to Nakua. And a big strike for good yardage there, all the way up to midfield.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
On first down, it's Stafford. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in, because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Throw it on third down, Stafford. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down.
We've already seen these 2 guys connect for a touchdown in this game, and had they been on the same page there, I think they would have been able to add to that total. Unfortunately for them, just a little bit off, and it falls incomplete.
Trying for the old school coffin corner. That's pretty close out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 5-yard line. Well done. The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's first and 10. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. That's to the left side, caught by Ridley.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Here's second and 2. They'll throw out of the gun. This one complete right side. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
I love the timing between the receiver and the quarterback. It's a really nice route. He's going to take this up the field, and then when he pulls that string back and he comes out of his break, the ball is there immediately. You can't wait for the receiver to actually look. This ball is well in the air before that receiver comes out of his cut.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Set to go now on first and 10. Now a handoff to Pollard. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. They send Ridley in motion. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he's going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
This one finds Lockett down the left side. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. On fourth down, the longtime special teams ace, Johnny Hecker, on to punt. They send Britton Covey back deep. This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. A shotgun snap to Stafford. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, Stafford. He'll find his tight end in the middle of the field to Higbee. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
This hasn't been his best game by any means, but what I really like, Mike, is regardless of the score, regardless of the time of the game, he is out there battling. He's doing everything in his power to chip away and see if he can get his team back in this game here in the fourth quarter. They've got to find a way to capitalize in this drive. Continue to cut into that deficit. Every possession is critical. Take advantage when you have the ball.
Second down and 8. It's another run here for Williams. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. It'll be a run out of the gun with Williams. 13 yards the gain, down to the 13-yard line.
Anytime you're having a really good drive like this, Mike, you just hate to see it stall out on the fringe of the red area. But in this case, not only do they pick up some good yardage on the ground, they get a fresh set of downs to hopefully go in and finish this drive with a touchdown.
On first down, right back to Williams. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They'll run it. First carry of the game for Blake Corum. And the Rams are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
They'll run. It's Williams. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Kyren Williams. Touchdown, Los Angeles. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over once more. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Two-possession lead, fourth quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
Lockett headed in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. Third and 9. The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
The Titans punting unit comes out to the field as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Rams offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. In motion, it's the off play action. It's, oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
Stafford now on 2nd down. This one complete to Atwell. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
A first down throw for Stafford. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Now a second down throw for Stafford. Here's a screen set up to Williams. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Again, it's Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
And on that third down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up fourth down.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. It's a pickup of 12 as they wind up converting on fourth down.
Having the ability to move your running back to the widest receiver, they call those the number 1 receiver, meaning he's the closest to the sideline, it really forces a defense to show their hand. Do we keep a corner out there, and I know it's zone, or do I move?
That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Titans are going to take over just shy of midfield. They send Ridley in motion. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that gain.
On second down, here's Pollard. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. They send Ridley in motion. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A give to Pollard running right. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Pollard, first down and more. What a run. He brings it to the red zone, taken down inside the 20-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Here comes 3rd and 6. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, it's a win here for the Titans. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. And in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that is the difference in this one. So, that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Titans winners here in Music City as we say so long from Nashville.